You're halfway through the day, easing yourself up out of your favorite chair or finishing a slow walk with someone you love, and your legs just don't feel the way they used to. Your ankles feel heavier than you remember. Your shoes seem tighter by evening than they were in the morning. Or your feet stay oddly cold, even when the room is warm and the rest of you feels fine. It's easy to shrug it off. You tell yourself, I've been on my feet too long, or that's just what happens after 60. And you keep going because life is still full. Conversations, grandkids, hobbies, quiet moments on the couch. But your body may be quietly asking for something more than thicker socks or a new pair of shoes. Those small changes in your legs and feet can be some of the earliest, gentlest ways your heart tries to get your attention. Have you noticed any new changes in your legs or feet lately and brushed them off as just getting older? Today I want to walk with you through some of the most important senior health tips around your circulation, specifically the messages your legs and feet may be sending about your heart. Not to scare you, but to give you language, understanding, and calm next steps to talk about with your doctor. Because your body is not trying to betray you, it's trying to communicate with you. Let's start with something many people laugh off: feet that always feel cold. If your heart has to work harder to pump blood, your body becomes very smart about priorities. It sends warm, oxygen-rich blood to the organs that keep you alive first: your brain, your lungs, your kidneys, your own heart. Your feet are a little further down that priority list. They're also the farthest point from your heart, and that means they're often the first place reduced circulation shows up. Most of us have had cold feet from time to time. You put on socks, move around, and they warm up. But when the heart is struggling, your feet can feel cool or cold almost all the time, even when the rest of your body is warm. You may notice that no matter how many socks you wear, your toes still feel chilled or not quite right. That doesn't automatically mean heart failure, but it does mean your circulation deserves a closer look. This is one of those quiet senior health tips. When something changes and stays changed, it's worth a conversation with your care team. Next, let's talk about swelling around the ankles and lower legs. By the end of the day, you might look down and see a soft ring where your socks were. Your shoes feel tighter, your ankles seem puffy and heavy. Sometimes that's from a long day on your feet or a salty meal. But when the heart is having trouble pumping blood forward, fluid can begin to back up in the veins of the legs. That extra fluid slowly seeps into the surrounding tissues. Your ankles and lower legs become the holding area because gravity pulls fluid downward. You may also notice something called pitting. If you press a finger into the swollen area, it leaves a dent that takes a few seconds to rise back up. That's one sign there is more than just a little puffiness. It's stored fluid. If swelling appears most days, doesn't fully go away overnight, or seems to be getting gradually worse, your body is asking for help. It's not about vanity or how your legs look. It's about how your heart and veins are handling the pressure inside. Sometimes this extra fluid shows up on the scale before you see it in the mirror. You step on your bathroom scale and notice you've gone up 5, 7, maybe even 10 pounds in just a few days, all without eating more than usual. That kind of rapid change is not fat gain. It is almost always fluid. When the heart can't move fluid along smoothly, the body holds on to water and salt as a way of trying to keep blood pressure stable. That fluid has to go somewhere, and it often settles in the lower body, legs, ankles, and feet. You might feel heavier, slower, or short of breath during simple tasks. One of the most practical senior health tips is this: if you notice sudden weight gain over a short time, especially along with swelling in the legs or feet, write it down and call your doctor. You are not being dramatic. You are gathering important information about your circulation. Outside of swelling, look at the color of your lower legs and feet. Healthy skin usually has a warm, even tone. But when blood is not carrying enough oxygen, or is pooling instead of moving, the skin can take on a bluish, purplish, or dusky tint. You may see this color start at the toes and slowly creep up the foot or shin, especially after sitting or standing for long periods. This change in color is called cyanosis. It's your body's way of saying, The blood down here is not as rich in oxygen as it should be. Sometimes, instead of a bluish tone, you might notice that the skin on your lower legs looks unusually shiny or tight, almost as if it's been gently stretched like a balloon. That's often a sign that fluid beneath the skin has built up so much that it's changing the texture and appearance of the skin itself. Over time, skin in these areas can become thin, fragile, and more likely to tear or bruise. That's why leg and foot care is such a key part of senior health tips for anyone living with heart or circulation issues. Let's talk about how your muscles feel. You might notice that your legs tire much faster than they used to. Stairs that once felt easy now leave you with jelly-like legs. A short walk to the mailbox feels like a workout. This isn't about being out of shape. It can be about how much oxygen and nourishment your leg muscles are actually receiving. When the heart can't pump enough blood during activity, your muscles don't get the fuel they need. They may cramp, burn, or feel heavy and weak. Over time, the muscle tissue itself can change, making even basic tasks more tiring. Have you noticed that certain everyday activities, like walking across a parking lot or standing to cook, now require rest breaks that you never needed before? If you experience cramping or pain in your calves after a few minutes of walking that improves when you stop and rest, your muscles may be signaling that they're not getting enough blood flow during movement. This is something your doctor will want to know about, because it connects your daily experience to what's happening in your circulation. Now think about how your legs and feet heal. A small scratch on your shin, a tiny blister on the heel, a sore spot on the top of your foot from a shoe. Normally, those little injuries heal within days, but when circulation is reduced, healing can slow down dramatically. Your body needs oxygen, nutrients, and immune cells to repair damaged skin. All of those travel through your bloodstream. If your heart cannot move blood efficiently to your lower legs and feet, those resources arrive more slowly or in smaller amounts. You may notice a sore that lingers for weeks, a scab that never seems to fully close, skin that seems stuck in the healing process. This is your body's gentle but serious way of saying, "What I need isn't getting here." One of the most important senior health tips is to check your legs and feet regularly, top, sides, and soles. If you notice any wound that is not clearly improving over time, it's worth sharing with your doctor or nurse as soon as you can. When it comes to other circulation issues, nighttime can bring its own clues. You finally lie down at the end of the day, ready for rest. But as soon as you get comfortable, your legs begin to buzz with strange sensations. Tingling, crawling, an urge to move. You shift positions, stretch, shake your legs out, and still can't settle. For many older adults living with heart or circulation issues, this restless, uncomfortable feeling is linked to fluid that has pooled in the legs all day. When you lie flat, that fluid moves back toward your core and can irritate nerves along the way, creating those hard-to-describe sensations. On top of that, some people notice numbness, pins and needles, or burning in their feet during the day. This can come from tiny nerves being gently squeezed by swollen tissues, or from reduced oxygen supply to the nerves themselves. Over time, that can make walking less secure. You might feel unsteady or less sure about where your feet are on the ground. This is why circulation is not just a heart issue, it's a safety and independence issue. Some people also notice that their varicose veins begin to change. Maybe you've had a few mild, ropey veins on your calves for years, and they never gave you much trouble. Then, over a few months, they suddenly become larger, darker, more tender, or more numerous. When the heart struggles to push blood forward, pressure can build up behind it in the veins of your legs. Those one-way valves inside the veins, which are designed to keep blood moving upward, can become overworked and weak. Blood then pools, stretching the veins and making them more visible and uncomfortable. Watching varicose veins worsen quickly isn't just a cosmetic concern. It can be another piece of the bigger picture about how your circulation is coping. So, what do you do with all of this information? First, take a breath. These signs do not mean you have heart failure, but they do mean your body is giving you valuable data you can bring into a conversation with your healthcare team. Second, begin paying gentle, regular attention to your legs and feet. You notice how they look in the morning versus at night. You feel for temperature changes with your hands. You take note of swelling, color shifts, or new sensations. You step on the scale a few times a week and write down any sudden changes. These quiet habits are powerful senior health tips because they give you and your doctor a clearer picture of what is happening over time, not just on the day of an appointment. Third, remember you are not meant to figure this out alone. If you recognize several of these patterns in yourself, not just once but often, reach out to your doctor, cardiologist, or nurse. You can say something as simple as, "I've noticed more swelling in my ankles and my feet are often cold, and I've gained a few pounds quickly. I'd like to check in about my heart and circulation." What small observation could you share at your next visit that you've been brushing aside until now? Catching circulation changes early gives you and your care team more options. There are medications, lifestyle shifts, and practical tools that can support your heart, reduce fluid buildup, and protect your legs and feet. These work best when the signs are spotted sooner, not later. You deserve to walk, stand, rest, and move through your day with as much comfort and confidence as possible. Your legs and feet carry you through your life. When they whisper that something feels off, listening is not fear, it's wisdom. And that's what these senior health tips are really about. Not perfection, not panic, but wise partnership with your own body. What is one gentle step you can take this week? Checking your feet at night, jotting down your weight, or mentioning symptoms to your doctor to support the heart that's been working for you. Every day is another chance to care for the body that's carried you this far. Keep learning, keep moving, keep believing in your own strength. Because aging isn't slowing down, it's leveling up. If today's message resonated, take a moment to subscribe, leave a thought in the comments, or share this video with someone who could use a little encouragement. Because together we're proving that aging well isn't the exception, it's the standard.